You ever have those mornings where you walk into the shop, the air smells like cedar and promise, and you feel like you could carve a masterpiece out of a fence post?
Honestly, no. My mornings usually start with me tripping over a bucket of scrap and wondering why I haven't tidied up since the great bookshelf debacle of last spring.
Well, the romance usually lasts until I realize I left my favorite chisel out and it's developed a fine patina of workspace humidity, otherwise known as rust. But today's different. We're looking at the future of the craft, from the heavy-duty beast mode tools hitting the shelves to the reality of making a living with your hands in 2026.
It's June 13th, Tiger. People are itching to get outside and actually build something. But before we get to the how-to, we have to talk about the what with. You've been eyeing that new Milwaukee saw, haven't you?
Eyeing it? Alex, I've been daydreaming about it like a kid looking at a bike through a shop window. Milwaukee is dropping this new M18 fuel circular saw. They're claiming it'll chew through 4x construction lumber in a single pass.
Wait, a single pass? Usually that's a two-step dance where you flip the board and pray your lines meet in the middle, and they never quite do, right?
Exactly. It's usually a recipe for a sculptural edge that requires 20 minutes with a rasp to fix. The sheer torque they're pulling out of these batteries now is just, it's bordering on sorcery. I remember when cordless saws were basically glorified pizza cutters. You'd hit a knot, and the motor would just give up and go home. This thing, it's got enough backbone to make a corded saw feel a bit insecure about its life choices.
But skill is also playing the value game with that new 20V brushless multi-tool. I've always thought of multi-tools as the junk drawer of power tools. They do everything, but nothing well.
Don't let the tool aficionados hear you. Look, the Skill OS5920, catchy name I know, is actually punching way above its weight class. It's got vibration control that doesn't make your hands feel like they're still buzzing 3 hours after you finish the job. I used to own an old school vibrator saw that felt like holding a disgruntled badger. This new skill is smooth. If you're just trimming door jambs or doing surgical drywall cuts, you don't need to mortgage the house for a professional nameplate.
Speaking of nameplates, I saw Stuart over at Tool Guide is stirring the pot again. He's saying DeWalt and Makita might actually be winning the ergonomics war. Since when did Makita become the comfortable brand?
Makita has always had that surgical instrument feel. DeWalt is like a trusty old pickup truck. It just fits the hand. Milwaukee is winning the power race, but if you're holding a tool for 8 hours, feels good beats cuts fast every single time. It's like choosing between a supercar and a luxury sedan for a cross-country trip.
Transitions, Tiger. Let's shift from the tools to the people using them. I was looking at the recent trade data, and the automotive world is looking weirdly healthy.
It's a fascinating pivot. In Canada especially, people are clutching their existing car keys like they're made of solid gold. Parts retail is down because people aren't just sprucing things up anymore. They're desperate to keep their daily drivers on the road.
So the DIY oil change crowd is shrinking, but the help, my car sounds like a maraca crowd is growing?
Precisely. Repair and maintenance employment is through the roof. And here's the kicker. Everyone keeps crying about a technician shortage. But if you talk to the guys who actually know their way around a fuel rail, they'll tell you there isn't a shortage of talent. There's a shortage of shops that don't treat you like a replaceable gear.
So it's the classic workplace culture problem. If a shop isn't investing in the latest diagnostics or giving people time to breathe, the good techs just leave.
Exactly. If you're a young person looking at the trades, you have the high ground right now. You can walk into a shop and ask, yeah, show me your training schedule and your tool budget. If they lead with a blank stare, you walk. The power has shifted to the person holding the wrench. It's no longer about just having a job. It's about having a career that doesn't involve inhaling brake dust in a shed with no ventilation.
Okay, let's talk money for the maker moguls listening. The Etsyfication of the world seems to be slowing down. Selling $20 coasters isn't exactly the path to early retirement.
Selling objects is a race to the bottom. Someone in another country can always make a coaster cheaper than you can. But what they can't do is offer a service-based craft.
Explain that, because consulting sounds like something people in suits do to avoid real work.
Fair point. Think of it this way. Instead of just selling a beautiful walnut dining table, you offer a maintenance subscription. You go back once a year, buff it out, re-oil it, and check the joinery. Or you specialize in something hyper-local. I know a guy who does nothing but custom welded gate repairs for historical homes. He's not competing with the internet. He's the only person in 3 counties who knows how to fix an 1890s iron latch.
So it's about the value pyramid, moving from I make things at the bottom to I am the expert on this thing at the top.
Bingo. Use the digital tools to get the word out, but use your hands to solve a problem that can't be shipped in a cardboard box. If you can fix what someone else loves, you'll never see a lean month.
Let's get to the sawdust. It's the weekend. I know you've been looking at Mark's, the Wood Whisperer, new trestle table.
Man, a trestle table is the ultimate prove-it project. It looks so simple from a distance, just a top and two legs, right? But then you look at those angled mortise and tenons. That's the kind of joinery that will make you question your own eyesight. You cut one angle slightly off, and the whole table looks like it's trying to walk away from the dinner party.
Is that where the $15 setup blocks come in? I saw those on your Amazon Gems list.
Honestly, those little aluminum setup blocks are the unsung heroes of my shop. I spent years trying to eyeball a blade height or use a tape measure that's seen better days. Now, I just drop a half-inch block on the table, raise the blade until it kisses the metal, and move on. It's about removing the guesswork from the work.
So, for someone starting their ultimate workbench this weekend, what's the one thing they shouldn't skip?
The top. It has to be dead flat. I don't care if you're using layers of MDF or a slab of butcher block. If your workbench has a crown in it, every project you build on it will be twisted. I spent my first 2 years of woodworking wondering why my boxes were always wonky. Turns out, my flat workbench was shaped like a Pringle. I was literally building curves into everything.
I'm imagining a world of Pringle-shaped furniture now. Honestly, it sounds kind of avant-garde.
It's a lot less artistic when your drawers don't close, Alex. Trust me.
All right, Tiger, wrap it up for us. We've covered power saws that can cut through a house, the revolution in the auto shop, and how to stop being a starving artist by becoming a service craftsman. What's the big takeaway for today?
Don't get paralyzed by the scale of the project or the price of the gear. Whether you're upgrading a career or just trying to get a trestle table to stand up straight, the win is in the attention to detail. We live in a world that moves fast and breaks things. Being the person who slows down to make things right or fix what's broken makes you a rare commodity.
And maybe use a setup block so you don't end up with a Pringle table.
Especially that. Get out there, get your hands dirty, and keep building. We'll see you back here in the den next time.